It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Broncos and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. 27-yard line.
Burrow will throw. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And they go play action now. Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Throwing now. Burrow on first down. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he is out of bounds plays, but not before he's inside the 30. They go play action with Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Completes it to Fant on the right side.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I'd get a few more yards if I just lowered my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Well, they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Armstead forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash, this from 53. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Rolling to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd and 5. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Sliding out of the pocket. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Marking down at the 9.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Burrow. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. To give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Brandon Cooks. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
I absolutely love the run right. He's known for his quickness, but also for his...
Play action. It's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Burrow on play action. They'll roll him out right. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll buy some time right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that'll set them back 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll find Hall. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Good call first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Shai Smith, the one he was looking for. And it's third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And now out comes Minnesota. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Big play there just before halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Burrow looking to pass. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow out to his left. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Elijah Moore. As the first half is winding down. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Burrow. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. They tried to throw on second down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that's complete to Cooks. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Hall.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The tank. DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Looking to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, second half is underway up at Orchard Park. And the Bills have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll go again to Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They go play action with Burrow. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Coming up on 2nd and 7. And a give this time to the tailback. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. A give to Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his big tight end, Fant, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield equally good.
He finds his man complete. That's Hall. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. That catch good for only a couple. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd down and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd, here's an option play right. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 18. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And now here's a carry heading left. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Armstead able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're saying, hey, put those points up every